Jack and the Beanstalk, performed by David Novak.
This is a story which has often been told about magic beans and giant's gold. The hero of the story is a boy named Jack. He lived with his mother in that run-down shack. Little house in there. That's the house that Jack built, see? Well, now, Jack and his mother were as poor as the dirt, and that's a situation that really hurt. His mother said, "Jack, we'll manage somehow. Go out to the market and sell the cow. Tie this tether round Milky White. Go out in the morning and come back at night. Go out in the morning and come back at night." Well, Jack jumped up in the morning light and he tied that tether round Milky White. So Jack headed out with his cow on a tether when a funny little man hopped out of the heather. He said, "Jack, you're a climber, now I can tell that you'll go far and you'll do well. You got your sights on the heights, you got your eye on the sky, while you're a capable, intelligent kind of guy. But to get you started, the thing that you need is a little bit of help from a magic seed. Now in this pouch, I got some beans of power. If you plant these beans, you'll get more than a flower. You'll get a beanstalk as tall as a star, 'cause these magic beans could take you far. So I'll take your cow for the beans. Now that's an even trade, and that is the way a stock market is made." Well, Jack made that trade. He got home that night. He gave his mother a terrible fright. She saw what he'd done. She fell down and wept. But Jack planted those beans before he slept. And early next morning, to his surprise, there grew a beanstalk of enormous size. So, he hopped out of bed. He started to climb. He reached the top. He had a wonderful time till he heard some thunder that made him afeared. For in stomped a giant with a big, stringy beard. He said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." But the giant's wife said, "Fee, fi, fo, my foot." "Now you sit down and you stay put. I have worked all morning to cook this feast, so you will eat it and like it at the very least. Now you sit down and you be quiet. Besides, little boys are too rich for your diet. They're all made of sodium, sugar, and lard, and you ever try to cook one, it's much too hard. You can't even get them to wash their face without them getting mud all over the place." So the giant ate his meal, and he started to snore, and Jack crept out of the kitchen door. But before Jack left, he made so bold as to take the giant's bag of gold. That bag of gold sure made his mother smile. They were happy for quite a while. But of course, you know, Jack went up that stalk and he hid when he heard the giant talk, saying, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." But the giant's wife said, "Now there aren't any little boys about, so you eat what I cooked or you eat out." Oh, the giant ate his meal, and he snored once more, and Jack tippy-toed across the floor. This time Jack took the magic hen, then he climbed back down that stalk again. And now when Jack tells that hen to lay, they get gold eggs in the nest each day. But Jack wasn't done, not quite yet. There was one thing more he wanted to get, so he climbed back up that stalk once more, and he hid when he heard the giant roar,
saying, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." Now, woman, don't tell me that he's not here, 'cause I smell, little boy, it's strong and clear. Well, I'll skin him alive, I'll tan his hide, I'll roll him in batter, and I'll have him fried. But Jack stayed hid. That kid was smart, and after a while the old giant lost heart, ate his meal, once again slept, as out of hiding Jack carefully crept to the cupboard in the castle with the harp that sings. But the harp sang out from its golden strings, singing, "Help, help, help, I need somebody, help." That woke up the giant, who went after Jack, but lickety-split, the kid climbed back. He grabbed his axe, chopped and he chopped, until the ugly old giant dropped. Bow! So Jack survived. And his mother did too. After all of that, what did they do? Well, Jack became famous in his hometown for sharing his beans and his wealth all around, 'cause it's just as true now as it was long ago. You gotta share the wealth for good things to grow.